Well, the first Marquette Law School poll of the general election is out, and we are looking at some very competitive races in the fall.
Political reporter Jessica Arp has the latest numbers out just this afternoon.
Well, yeah, the top of the ticket races for governor and U.S. Senate we are seeing tonight are going to be close ones. In the race for governor, incumbent Republican Scott Walker and Democratic State Superintendent of Public Instruction Tony Evers are tied at 46% among voters who say they are likely to vote in November. Libertarian candidate Phil Anderson gets 6% and just 2%.
Not 99.
Not 99%. That's wrong. Yeah, that's correct. And just 2% say they don't know. All of this is within the margin of error of 4.5%. Among registered voters, Walker leads Evers 46 to 44%, with Anderson getting 7%. In pre-primary polling, Walker led Evers 48 to 46%. But close watchers of this poll and Wisconsin politics might note these numbers look a lot like 2014.
I think close races at this time of the year, we've seen them before, and the question is, how does it play out over the campaign as both sides have to make their cases and we find out which one's more persuasive?
Is it fair to say,
Franklin says the challengers in both this race and the one for U.S. Senate got a bit of a bump following the primary. In that race for U.S. Senate, also close, incumbent Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin leads Republican State Senator Leah Vukmir 49 to 47%, with only 3% undecided. That's also within the margin of error. That gap gets a bit wider when you look at all registered voters polled, with Baldwin leading Vukmir 51 to 43%. That's outside of that 4% margin of error. This is our first look, though, at the head-to-head race for Senate. Poll results also show that Republicans seem to be gaining some enthusiasm about this election. 69% of Republicans say they are enthusiastic about voting in this election. In the midterms, so do 68% of Democrats. This is the first time Republican enthusiasm has surpassed Democrats. And when Charles Franklin talked about this after the poll, he said it wasn't necessarily a substantial increase in enthusiasm, and this goes up and down as we sort of move our way towards November.
But those undecided numbers are astonishing.
They're very, very small, and I think when it's really going to be, they looked at a number of issues. As it is not surprising, education comes out ahead amongst a lot of the issues the most important to voters, and when you have the state superintendent running against the governor in this race, both who are essentially calling themselves the education governor, it's going to be interesting as we move ahead. But that issue might define those 2%-ish or so, but it's not a very big group of them out there.
And Charles will be with us tomorrow here on Live at 4 to go over some more of these numbers.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jess.